Vitafoods Europe 2025 with Marie-Bénédicte Charpentier from ADM. Thank you for joining us today. And we just heard that you won a Vitafoods Innovation Award for gut health and immunity for your ES1 postbiotic. And I'm really curious if you can tell us what set this postbiotic apart in gut and digestive health, and how does this recognition reflect your broader leadership in postbiotic innovations?
Then thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to highlight our blockbusters. First of all, as ADM, we are extremely proud to win this award. This is the recognition from the profession, but this is the recognition from very different countries, because the jury was very representing many countries, many expertise. ES1 Heat Treated is a proprietary strength from ADM that we have created thanks to our research capabilities, inherited it from the Biopolis acquisition from ADM based in Spain. This is now our most important R&D center for microbiome research. ES1 is a probiotic strength that we have heat treated to become a postbiotic strain. The health target is digestive health. It is crucial to target digestive health, as consumers associate digestive health with many more health benefits like immunity, skin health, also overall health. And what they are looking for is really holistic well-being, mental and physical. Also, we started with the probiotic strand, but we turned into a postbiotic. And the reason for that is that we know that consumers are having dietary supplement for specific type of health benefits, but not everyone is going for dietary supplement, and we want to make the benefits available for everyone. And with the postbiotic, you don't have any constraints. You can apply in snacking, you can apply in beverages, you can really cope with any processing or harsh processing for any product. That's why we give the opportunity to many more consumers to benefit from our ingredients. Moreover, we were really sensitive to science, that's why this ingredient, and I think that's the reason why we won the award, not only because we allow a lot of consumers to take it, but we have very strong science behind, as we made several clinical trials, especially on the IBS-D suffering from diarrhea population, which is what EFSA is recommending. It was made like for a pharmaceutical product, like double-blind placebo, so that we could compare the results. And there we have extremely good results in modulating the microbiota, in improving the scores into IBS-D, and moreover, in the consumers that we have tasted the products for, reporting that they feel better. Okay? It's not only the scientific parameters that are improving, it is also the consumers that are feeling better. And that's crucial for us, because we are balancing and rooting like consumer needs and scientific solid proofs of efficacy.
Awesome. And I know that you're also nominated in another Vitafoods innovation category for cognition for your CP2305 postbiotic as well. How does that demonstrate clinical promise, that specific ingredient? And what does this nomination mean for the future of gut-brain access solutions?
Okay. Again, very proud to have been finalists for this category. We won almost the award. We have been nominated and recognized as a very good solution. Next year, we hope to. First of all, we have a lot of consumers complaining for sleep issues. Statistics are really clear. When you ask consumers what are the health benefits specifically they are looking for, in Europe, one or two is sleep. We know that more than 45% of global population is suffering from sleep issues. And if you don't sleep, you don't feel good in the morning, you don't feel good already. That's why it is really a key concern that we wanted to address. And despite of that, only 4% of the new products that are issued on the market overall, globally, is tackling sleep, stress, and mood. That's why there is a real need for new products to come. And how to allow more products to come is to give a postbiotic again, because then with CP2305, we have 8 clinical trials, and we can really improve quality of sleep, stress, and mood. Quality of sleep is measured with how fast you fall into sleep. Improvement of 20% has been proven with this one. Quality of sleep means how many times you will wake up or not wake up during the night, which is really crucial, and how long you will sleep during the night. And if you have a good night, you will be in a good shape the next morning. Then we have proven that for sleep. Moreover, CP2305 has been proven to be effective for stress. And stress is the disease of the 21st century for many different reasons. Can be climate, can be financial issues, can be work, whatever. And that's crucial too. And we also have proven with scientific trials that we can decrease the stress on people suffering from occasional stress. Okay? And that's really crucial for us to mix both. Moreover, these ingredients have also properties to improve the quality of life of women. We have clinical trials on young women improving the premenstrual syndrome physically and mentally. On premenopause women improving again physical and mental challenges they occur. And lastly, with male athletes, improving recovery and depression you may have after exercise. We really feel it's a breakthrough innovation that you can implement in dietary supplements, in something very appealing like gummies that will be good for young population, and into the generations, the ones suffering the most from sleep issues and stress are the young population, the Gen Z. That's why it's good. But you can also have into something very fancy like a chocolate. Like a chocolate company could provide that, and when you are stressed, you like to indulge yourself. That's why I think it is really good. And we hope to win the award next year.
I hope so. Okay. You already talked a little bit about postbiotics being able to formulate more easily with them. What else can you tell us about why it's so interesting to work with postbiotics compared to traditional pro or prebiotics?
Okay. I would say at ADM we are in favor of the three, pre, pro, and post, for different targets, different use. Mm-hmm. The prebiotic, and we have the fibazole as a prebiotic fiber. You can implement that in any type of matrices and feed the good bacteria with benefit around gut health, but also some benefits around satiety. And satiety is crucial for people now using anti-obesity medication, because when you stop or when you want to accompany, you need this type, because otherwise the weight goes up again after that. Then this is the first category that you can implement in snacks, in beverages, in food, in dietary supplements. Second, probiotics, live microorganisms. We have a full collection of microorganisms that you can implement into dietary supplement, and then because of that you can cover many more health benefits. For example, skin health for atopic dermatitis or immunity that we do not necessarily have in our collections of post at the moment. And it's really important that in dietary supplement you can cover a lot of different health benefits, because that's what consumers expect. Target the exact health benefits that they feel that should be targeted for themselves in the idea of the personalized solution. And the postbiotic is the solution for, I would say, mainstream, when you want to target a much wider population, because when you want to feel better, the first reaction is, I will make more exercise, I will change my diet, and why not having some functional food or functional beverages that will help? That's why with the postbiotic we really open the window, open the possibilities for more consumers. But this is quite a challenging topic, because in terms of how to inform the consumers, the probiotic category is a bit challenging. Fibers you can claim everywhere, no problem. Probiotics, we now have some continents where it is open, like APAC or US, but Europe is more challenging, even if we have already 8 countries where you can claim probiotics. Postbiotic is not the same. But we made some research, and consumers really associate the benefits of pre, pro, post in the same direction. Digestive health, overall health. And now we have more and more awareness about the postbiotics. And I would say that many more companies are a little bit taking risk and speaking about biotics, because what is important to consumer is biotics more than anything else, pre, pro, post. This is more I would say, something useful for the producers, for the people that will bring that into their final product. But in terms of the consumers, they take biotics. That's it.
Okay, interesting. Talking about, you already mentioned women's health is one of the areas where your biotics can benefit. How are you tailoring your microbiome and biotic offerings to really focus on women's health?
Okay, then first of all, not every woman has got the same type of needs. Then we really try to analyze in terms of medical needs what women need, let's say, when they are teenagers, as young women willing to conceive a baby, as a mother having to cope with many different roles, and then afterwards as a menopause or elder. And that's the first thing. And we do not pretend to have a solution for all the women. At the opposite, we really tailor our solutions for each of them. That's why we have some probiotic blends targeting, for example, urinary tract and vaginal issues. Those will be for the young women. We have gasseri CP2305 targeting the premenstrual syndrome. That can start by 15 years old until you will conceive, and there you experiment vaginal discharge, you experiment headache, you experiment bad skin, and you may know that the young women are very sensitive to skin and appearance, and that's why we have proven and of course depression or bad mood, and that's another target. We also have the moment where the women has babies and lactating, then we have plans of solution of probiotics that you can implement in DS for those women to have them suffering less from the lactating period, reinforcing their vitamins and minerals, benefiting the women, but benefiting the baby at the end also. And then we go to the older ones, starting 45 years old, when you start being in premenopause, and that's why we also have proof of efficacy for women in CP2305 for, again, physical and mental, like hot flashes and like depression. It's a full series of solutions that we offer for women, adding vitamins like vitamin E, for example, sometimes, or minerals, depending on what are their needs.
Okay, awesome. And finally, you already mentioned quite some shifts within the global wellness, going from pre and pro to biotics in general. But can you highlight some key changes that you've seen in the global wellness trends and how ADM is positioning itself in those areas?
Okay. First of all, I would say that we have every year a full tracking of what are the consumer drivers into their buying behaviors. And it is now almost 5 years that we see that health and well-being is a major driver for everyone. Okay, and that translates in different sub behaviors. First of all, they want to have personalized solutions, something that really fits with what I feel. I am a teenager, I need energy for my exams, or I am a man having my gyms twice a week or 3 times a week. I want something to reinforce my energy. You know, that they really want something that is focusing on their own benefits. Second, they don't compromise with taste and pleasure. They want health benefits, but they also want that to be something convenient that they will take on a regular basis. And third, they are extremely demanding on a holistic approach, mental and physical. And they consider that the physical is well addressed, but that the mental is not sufficiently addressed. Okay? And that is the status that we have today. And how do we cope with that at ADM? First of all, we try to really explore the health benefits that are really trendy. Sleep, stress and mood is one. Women's health is another one. Skin and appearance is another one that is really important. Allergies, and that's not the easiest one, but when you suffer from allergy, that's for lifelong. And that can be atopic dermatitis, but that can be rhinitis or many others. That's what we see. And how do we address that so that everyone can benefit? We try to, first of all, assess with our R&D capabilities and develop strains that can target those different health benefits and make them available in probiotics and then in postbiotics. And I can illustrate that even in the dog, because we now have a specific department for pet nutrition, and we have a full range of microbiome solution in postbiotic for dogs, addressing oral care. Because consumers say, I would like my dog to have a better breath, or addressing digestive health, because when they go every morning, they want not to suffer from disagreement with the dog. Then, that's also something that the microbiome is also targeting new populations like pets, because consumers will translate their own behaviors onto their pet that are part of the family. And we try to offer something there too.
Awesome, thank you so much.